So we're going to go downstairs now, and Jim Riggleman discussing this ball game today, a 7-4 win for the Orioles over Washington.
Very good. What did you think?
Well, you know, Tom, he's done a good job for us this year. You know, he pitched well, and then had a little setback with some tenderness there, and you know, we could have had him pitch one more rehab start, but you know, we felt the need to bring him in here today and pitch, and you know, he did some good things. He got ground balls when he needed for some double plays. He didn't have his, you know, he normally strikes some people out. You know, he didn't have that going for him today, so he was going to have to get a double play or you know, get a ball at somebody, because he really didn't have his strikeout stuff going today. But you know, it was just a good hitting ball club. You know, a couple of those guys, Jones and Lee, have been so hot in this series. You know, they were just hard to hold down.
Do you think it's a sign of rustiness at all on his part, or something else that was going on?
No, I mean, you know, I think you got to give the Orioles credit. You know, he sometimes you get hit. They swung the bat very well pretty much the series, and you know, the other games we came back, scored some runs, but you know, Jakubowskis, if I mispronounced that wrong, I apologize, but you know, he did a good job. He held us down, and you know, we just didn't have much room for Tom to work with. But I thought he did okay. But you know, you got to give the Orioles credit for the way they swung the bat.
Considering it was his first start back and he only had one rehab assignment, was there any consideration to pinch hitting in the bottom of the fourth there when you had 2 on and 2 out and he was not as sharp as he had been previously?
Well, you know, you can do that, but you know, those starters, they go to hunt for you, and you don't give them a chance to get through 5 and, you know, do their thing. It's you know, the repercussions of that are not favorable, and he hadn't thrown many pitches, so you know, I thought the right thing to do was let him go out there and try to pitch the 5th.
Jim, how disappointed see the errors today by Zim too?
Well, you know, there's 3 errors on the board, and again, it's a little bit like earlier in the year. We made some errors that were kind of strange. Jason made a great effort on the ball in right field and then dropped it, so that ends up being an error. The ball that Ramos threw into the runner a little bit, that, you know, that was end up one. But you know, Zim made an error. That's baseball. You know, basically, you know, by normal baseball action there, we made one error. You know, the other stuff is a little misleading, and I think we played good defense, turned a lot of double plays. Just you know, wasn't our day.
Does Zim's throwing, I know he's working on something there with his mechanics. Does it look to you like it's still a work in progress? Well,
I really liked the way he threw the ball to Danny on that last double play. But you know, he's changing some mechanics of his throwing. So, you know, I guess you could use that terminology. But you know, Zim's doing fine.
You knew obviously at some point the win streak was going to come to an end. Can you talk about what a great stretch this has been, and maybe what it says about your club now going forward? Yeah, you know, it's been a good stretch, and you know, as I've said from day one, I felt like we played really good baseball and didn't win some games because we hadn't gotten untracked offensively. But we put things together there for a couple weeks and just continued to play good while we did hit. Pitched good. Bullpen's done a good job. So, you know, we certainly would like to have got out there today with another win and have the off day tomorrow. But we'll just have to crank it back up Tuesday and see if we can get it going again.
Jim, what do you see from Jason Worth at the plate?
You know, I don't profess to have any answers about anybody's hitting, offensive mechanics, you know, swinging the bat and so forth. So I just know he's a good player that's, you know, when we look up the end of the year, I think we're going to say, you know what, he had another good year. He's doing a lot of good things for us out there that don't show up in the box score. So he works very hard on his offense, puts the time in, and I think we're going to see the benefits of it. We've seen it a few times, but I think he's going to get it together here, and you know, he's too good an athlete to not. So I think we're going to see a lot of good things from him here soon.
It might look like a small thing in the end, but was it nice to see Sean Burnett get another good outing under his belt?
Yeah, Sean threw the ball good. You know, I was pleased that Bally kind of gave us a couple innings there, gave us some time off for Clip and Storm. You know, Rodriguez, I really didn't want to use any of those guys today unless we were tied or winning. So between Coffey, Burnett, and Ballister there, they did that for us.
Jim, you guys, I think this is your third series win in a row now. Do you get the sense that it's given your guys the confidence when you go out there to feel like you can win any series?
I think we try to win the ball game. You know, the series. You know, that's a great thing if you get through the series and you go, you know, we won the series. That's great. But I personally just want to try to win that ball game at hand. Never mind. You know, looking at a 3-game series, let's try to win 2. You know, let's just try to win today and then take care of tomorrow. And just, you know, at the end of the series, you look and say, okay, that was a good series or that wasn't a good series. But as you go through it, you're just trying to win that one at hand.